Good evening. It's 5:01, and we are beginning the October 14th, 2025 regular meeting of the Tehachapi Unified School District's Governing Board. And roll call, please, Ms. Barnes.
President Kaminsky.
Here.
Vice President Kelly.
Here.
Clerk Wood. Absent. Trustee Cooper.
Here.
Trustee Christensen.
Here.
Trustee Napier, absent. Trustee Sweeney, absent. Superintendent Bell.
Present.
And I'm Deanna Barnes.
Thank you, Ms. Barnes. Now we have the flag salute and moment of silent reflection. Tonight will be led by Clara Ray, principal of Tompkins Elementary. Following the pledge will be a moment of silent reflection.
My greeters are going to help me tonight, so thank you for having me. After the pledge is concluded, we will remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. Okay, ready?
Dan.
Ready, begin.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now wait, just stay standing. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mrs. Ray, and thank you, student greeters. We'll be meeting you in a few minutes, or a minute. Next item is approval of the agenda. It's recommended the board approve the agenda as presented. Do I have a motion?
Kelly second.
A motion by Trustee Cooper, seconded by Vice President Kelly. The board approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any nays? Motion carries 4-0. Recognition of Capturing Kids' Hearts student greeters. Superintendent Bell.
Thank you, President Kaminsky. First, I'd like to extend my gratitude to our Capturing Kids' Hearts greeters from Tompkins and their principal, Ms. Clara Ray. For the month of October, our focus is to think, choose, and act. This month, we're challenging students to envision future goals and take intentional steps towards who they want to be. Together, TUSD is proud to partner with families to grow and develop your child's ability to self-direct. We can model self-direction by celebrating the positive in each day, seeking the good in others, and emphasizing our responsibilities to make positive choices. So that is our month of October. Once again, wanted to thank you all and have you come up for one more photograph, if you don't mind.
Now we move on to general function, and number one is the superintendent update. Superintendent Bell.
Thank you, President Kaminsky. Once again, just again, would like to thank our greeters for tonight. Appreciate all that they've done and participated in the greeters themselves. For our current enrollment numbers, again, the district staff continues to monitor what's happening with the district. Looking at week 8 numbers in the far right column, last year's numbers in the center column, and then end of year last year, we do have a slight decrease in enrollment overall compared to last year, but nothing alarming, and we don't envision any future students not being enrolled in our district. So our number seems to be a pretty solid number as we move forward there. As it relates to attendance, again, our district goal has not changed. Our goal is at 95%. Our attendance for last instructional week on the far left is 93.27, and then our year-to-date is 93.8, so we're slightly below our overall goal. But we did have our September attendance winners that showed, and you'll see that on a slide here shortly. So hopefully our numbers will creep back up into that 95. Just wanted to remind the public, last year the school district ended at 91.70 as our attendance numbers. And so we are above where we were last year. Wanted to give a 3-year culmination of numbers for everybody to see for August, September, and October. There's a slight increase for the 25-26 school year. And again, I would just attribute this to all of the school site staff, creating that warm, welcoming environment for all of our students and making it a safe place for all of our students to be present at school. Our September attendance winners, this is our monthly incentive, right? This will go through the month of May. And so we recognized any particular classroom that had attendance over 95%. They're all identified here, and the teachers that are highlighted in yellow, those were the winners of the site. So every single classroom received their individual prize, which was Ms. Paxton picked up 57 dozen donuts to deliver out to our school sites for our students and staff. And then those that are highlighted in yellow received the lunch award, right? So the highest attendance at a school site received a lunch on the district. And so we had pizza lunches, and then today we did Jersey Mike's and Panda today for the lunchtime incentive. And so great way to culminate an outstanding month of September for attendance. Cummings Valley shows to be our winner right now. We've got a banner coming your way. Yes, just want to let you know. And so that banner will be able to stay up all year. It'll say the September. For the month of September, it'll say the month of September on there, okay? So excited to see about that. Just district events, right? So really appreciated to being a part of the homecoming parade. I thought it was very, very festive. Appreciate the high school and the junior high for being out there. It was great to see some parents sitting out there as well. And just, again, a really festive event for the night, and want to congratulate the Warrior football team and the coaches for their 41-7 win over East High as well. On my 100-day plan, still in process, wanted to just give everybody a heads up. I was able to stop by transportation and MOT. With transportation, it was nice to get to know our bus drivers as they were coming in. Denise kind of took me around the office, showed me some really important pieces that were happening in transportation, and brought all of them donuts. And you can kind of see on the right side of that picture, they have been planning for the Christmas parade already. So I thought that was great as well to kind of talk to her about that. And then MOT, just to talk about the cake really quick, because I thought that would be good to know. So there was a social media post, and there was an individual who gave a shout out to our MOT staff. So Mr. Antazari decided to take that social media post and put it on the cake and deliver the cake to MOT. And so we talked to everybody that was there about the social media post, just appreciate what they're doing for the district. Again, getting to know the staff, right? Part of my 100 days, to get to know the staff. So we had a great conversation while we were there. Just a fun, festive Friday afternoon event. So it was really, really exciting there. Our bulletin boards, coming from TILA, right? And TILA is a hoot on the left. So those were, let me read that out really quick. The theme was created by Tila, classes for the month of October, which was considered OWL Art. And in their enrichment classes, Tila is super proud of all the creative students. So again, Tila is a hoot. And on the right side, that's the bulletin board for Student Support Services. And that was created by the middle school students to help recognize Red Ribbon Week, which will be coming up soon, here at the end of October. All schools will be taking part in Red Ribbon Week presentations and Life is a Puzzle, Solve It Drug Free. And that contest is on Wednesday, October the 29th for Red Ribbon Week. So appreciate Tila and all the students and staff for that. Thank you, Bonnie. We've got our upcoming events here on that top one. We've got the shakeout that's going to be taking place at the end of this week, which is going to be super important. We also have Red Ribbon Week recognized, Facility Advisory Committee meetings, various events at school sites from the Chalktoberfest and the Fall Drama Play at the high school. Don't forget about the Veterans Day holiday coming up on November the 11th, and our next board meeting on November the 18th here at the district office. And that's all I have for you today.
Thank you, Superintendent Bill. Anybody on the board have questions for the superintendent or comments? You must have been clear and succinct. Thank you. TAT update. Ms. Bowman. Oh, okay. And Ms. Armstrong and Ms. Smith.
I'm lucky I get a crew today. So, good evening, President Kaminsky, members of the school board, Superintendent Bell, members of the public. My name is Val Bowman, and I'm the president of the Tehachapi Association of Teachers. And I'm happy to present TAT Secondary VP Amy Armstrong and Elementary VP Jessica Smith. And we're all up here they're all here to support me today. So since the start of September, I have been using the CTA President's Organizing Grant to visit sites every week. Everywhere I go, people are concerned with the economy and how it will affect their bottom line. It was just a few years ago, the union managed to get the high end of the pay scale into the six-figure range. Teachers at the lower end finally made enough to survive without a second job. It was an exciting time, and now it's dispiriting because expenses have soared, and it feels like those gains have been knocked back. Everyone is pinching their belts just a little tighter, and TAT knows that the district is also tightening their belt. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, Time Magazine, and Yahoo Finance, the October 3rd, 2025 jobs report, the unemployment rate, according to that report, the unemployment rate now surpasses the amount of available jobs in the country. This has not happened since April 2021, which was COVID time. This means economic growth will slow as when jobs start to become available again, the competition will increase, and there will be no pressure on employers to pay higher wages to their employees. What does this mean for school districts in rural communities? With less disposable income, people stop spending, which affects local businesses, causing sales to drop and threatening jobs. This results in a lot of instability for families as their property values drop. Rent increases, homelessness increases, and local tax bases shrink. Schools, first responders, and other parts of the infrastructure are financially affected, which in turn affects the public. School district employees ride a fine line because we're both those affected and those who are thankful for jobs. Financial distress will get worse if the Affordable Care Act sunsets and is not, it sunsets on December 31st of 2025, and is not renewed and without renewal, and the tariffs continue to be misunderstood. There have been reports of TAT members going to food banks to supplement their family's nutritional needs. According to local business owners, they see that everyone is guarding their finances as the economy weakens and jobs continue to lose ground. More and more teachers are beginning to realize, as much as they love the profession, it is emotionally and financially unsustainable, especially as costs for basic necessities like food, water, natural gas, fuel, taxes, insurance health insurance, car insurance, taxes, and everything else increases. It becomes more apparent that those constant increases are unsustainable to the common person. Many work other jobs within education, and some are employed elsewhere. But the bottom line is that all should earn a fair wage for the work they do, for the expertise they possess, and the advanced educations that they've earned. Next week, TAT goes to the table to begin to bargain the item Sunshine last spring. The expectation is that everything goes smoothly and both sides receive all they need and they want. TAT will always work in the best interests of our members and all those who are protected by the contract. Happy educators provide better overall experiences for their students, the parents, and themselves. So we hope that all of you have a good night, and thank you for your time.
Same to you, ladies. Thank you. CSEA update? Seeing no one. Board communications. Any of the trustees have anything to share? Just me. And mine will be short. I want to thank Principal Ray at Tompkins for inviting Mr. Bell and I to the flag salute Friday. And it was very energetic. Is Miss Ray here?
She's over here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I saw Miss Ray in a way I've never seen her before. She was bouncing around, yelling at that microphone. The energy was high. So thank you. That's what. I can see that. Absolutely. Anyway, thank you. That's all I have. My pleasure. Public comments. Ms. Barnes, I don't have any goldenrods. No public comments? Anybody here? No? Consent agenda. Come on. Oh. Do I have a motion to, first of all, I didn't read my spiel. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may bundle a number of items and act upon them together by a single vote through the use of a consent agenda. Consent items shall be items of a routine nature and items for which board discussion is not anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. When any board member requests the removal of an item from the consent agenda, the item shall be removed and given individual consideration for action as a regular agenda item. Does any trustee wish to remove one of the items on the consent agenda?
I don't necessarily need to remove anything, but I do want to make sure that I bring up that my wife's name is on a couple items on there. Nothing specific to her, but just in case anybody wants me to recuse myself.
I don't think that's necessary, but thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Kelly, make the motion.
I'll second.
It was motioned by Vice President Kelly and seconded by Trustee Cooper. The board approved the agenda as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 7, information item, presentation on maintenance and facility projects completed for the summer of 2025. Mr. Antazari.
Thank you, President Kaminsky. So very excited to provide an update. I know it feels weird to talk about summer in October, especially given the weather we just had, but there was so much going on that we wanted to wrap up and share that we asked for another month. So for just jumping right in for Cummings Valley, the big project there we had was the replacement of the cafeteria tables. So on the bottom right, you could see the old ones. You know, they're about 20 plus years old and have been now replaced, easily collapsed back to provide sufficient space in the multipurpose room, something that our custodians are very happy with now that we've replaced and updated all of our kitchen or cafeteria tables throughout the district. Just provides a lot of benefit for the space. Moving on to Tompkins, we've done a lot of painting. It's really hard to show the painting. Do you need a second?
Ms. Barnes, if you could note that Superintendent, Trustee Sweeney arrived at 5:22. Continue on, Mr. Intezari.
So here we have just some comparisons showing the areas where we did paint. If you're doing it right, you don't really notice. It all looks good. But did want to highlight that over the years we've been replacing water fountains with bottle fillers and continue to expand that project. Over at Golden Hills, we did some work, specifically replacing the flooring in the lobby. As you know, we did the flooring in the cafeteria and in the office. And now just kind of finishing that off, as well as removing that sandbox by the kinder playground that was resulting in a lot of sand in the water fountain, and an accidental litter box is now removed. So happy to see that project through. JMS did receive a significant amount of work, some carpeting, as well as completing our HVAC in the classrooms, and the removal of a portable that was in bad repair, slurry of the parking lot, continuing to update the water fountains throughout the campuses. And here's what the gym used to look like. And thanks to maintenance and a whole summer of work, we're now able to offer a much more prideful. All right. Yes, we're very happy to be able to do this for the kids at Jacobson Middle School, everyone that participates, everyone that comes in. Encourage you to come visit it. You can still see it's old, right? The bleachers are still there, the roof is still the same, and still only has a heater. But the message was heard clearly about pride in our schools, and we hope to accomplish that. All right, moving on to
Which planter was repaired?
They didn't complete the repairs. That's why there's a big gap in my photos right here, because I had that in there and then it did not get completed. So we have repaired certain planters outside of the gym, but now we're talking about the ones on the west side of where people park. They go to the football game, where the handball courts used to be.
But yeah, the one in the gym, by the gym, in front of the gym, was really in need for years. So thank you.
Yes. All right, so moving on to the high school. A lot of our focus, this being one of our newest campuses, so just more on the maintenance front. As you all know, we had a large valve repair that limped along throughout the year and able to address during the summer. The teachers' break room we removed the carpet and added hard flooring. And then in the gymnasium, we removed the old mats and put up new ones. They look good from far away. We're still fighting with our contractor about the quality of the installation, but for right now they're up and working. But in case there was any concerns about that, but I really do appreciate the high standard maintenance has of themselves, as well as the people that do work for our students. So we'll continue to do work in the gym. We did not get to the exterior painting, but we did work some interior painting to bring some life back into the gymnasium, and unfortunately had to move the exterior painting to next summer. We did also repaint doors. Again, one of those things you don't notice because they look clean, but it does really improve the look of our facilities. Lastly, TEC. So this was the crown jewel of the summer projects. Thanks to the Expanded Learning Opportunity Program, we were able to do a lot of work and bring life into the old Tehachapi Education Center. One of the big ones is the band room. So many of you have seen these before photos. There's Dr. Porter jumping in a photo. And so she was very excited about this band room restoration and has been a huge supporter. The people from the Wells Foundation, the music and arts folks that come to teach classes over at TILA weekly. Someone was just in tears about how that used to be their music room, and now to see it come back to life. And there was emotional music in the background. It was a very beautiful moment. So, we're very happy to share, the kids were going to take an intro to ukulele. And I heard something that I've never heard in my entire career. We have more storage than we know what to do with. So, kind of feels like we're doing stuff right. So they shared a lot of appreciation for Dr. Porter, not only in bringing the facility to life, but, they commented on how well furnished all of the instruments were and that they feel that they had everything to provide a really strong program for the kids. And so that was really nice. And so, so the gym restoration project has been ongoing, and we are now just kind of wrapping up. We're on the very last mile of the marathon, tape bending at the waist. We're almost there. So the bleachers was part of the last thing, but knowing how California building code works, we had to rip out the parking lot in order to add bleachers, but that's just how it goes. And so, so this has been many years having to phase in, the project throughout, but we're excited to share after all of this. Can you hit it for me?
Get it.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear it. Turn the volume down. Ooh, ah. So they didn't used to be able to do that, and now they do. So we can move to the next one. So, but the biggest cost and time was the renovation of the restrooms. And so the one on the left is the women's restroom. You've all seen a restroom, but if you have been in there before, you know that those restrooms were in awful shape. The before pictures are there in the middle. And so just happy to be able to provide, reasonably good, proud facilities to the people that come through Tehachapi. The Tehachapi Railroad people are all over this place already. They want to do 3 annual events. So they're just very excited. But that community excitement is exactly why we do it. We want people to think of TUSD as beautiful facilities and, a good place to educate their children. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I just have a comment. My son's a custodian at JMS, and when he has to pull out those bleachers, he's got to use a machine that he has to operate, and sometimes the bleachers don't cooperate. So anyway, I'm sure he would love to see those kind of bleachers at JMS.
We're working on it. Yes, so I just do want to take this moment just to thank the maintenance department. Even though we do hire out these jobs, they are overseen by our department. They meet weekly with the contractors, and they really push them. And so big thank you to Mr. Kirk Gilbert and Ms. Kelly Patterson for all of their work to make these things come true.
Thank you, Mr. Montezori. Next item our next section is new business. Number 1, information item, Williams Complaint Quarterly Report. Ms. Paxton.
Good evening. We don't have any Williams complaints to report this quarter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Item 2, first read, Avid Tutor Job Description. Any questions from the board? Seeing none? Oops. Okay. Item 3, first read, board policies. Any questions or comments from the board? Item 4, approval of board policies that were given last month for us to review. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve for the board to approve the board policies as presented.
Kelly, make the motion.
I'll second.
It's motion by Vice President Kelly and Trustee Sweeney to approve the board policies as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 5, approval to adopt resolution number 01 OCT 25, acknowledging 2025 Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd to 31st, 2025. This resolution states, it's honoring 2025 Red Ribbon. Life is a puzzle, solve it drug-free. Whereas schools throughout the nation, as well as local organizations, acknowledge October 23rd to 31st, 2025 as the National 2025 Red Ribbon Campaign, and whereas it is imperative that schools and communities launch unified and visible prevention education programs and activities to eliminate the use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs by youth, and whereas parents, youth, government, businesses, law enforcement, schools, faith-based, and community organizations, and the general public will demonstrate their commitment to drug-free communities by displaying red ribbons during this week-long campaign. And whereas the California State Board of Education encourages the commitment of time and resources